Hi everyone, me again in partly cloudy Smyrna, Georgia on a beautiful Monday morning. We actually got out before noon today. Just out taking a little ride. Thought I would give you an update on my mother-in-law. Now all of her friends call her Miss Doris, or well, her younger friends call her Miss Doris. And we've been having a saga, living a saga, for the last 5 to 6 weeks now. I've told a little bit of the story before, but I want to do a recap for anybody who may not have seen that video. Susan and I were on a ride with the Spider Lovers, with the Spider Riders of Atlanta. We were up in the mountains around Helen, Georgia, and we got a phone call that Susan's mother had fallen. She'd fallen, she'd been in her little scooter and she'd gotten thrown. She hit a little pothole with it and it threw her off, and unfortunately she broke her hip. Now, she didn't lay there very long. Fortunately, her grandson was coming over there and he got there just in time, picked her up, took her in the house. She was in so much pain she passed out. So he called the ambulance, took her into the hospital, and yep, sure enough, she had a broken hip. Now she's 88 years old, so broken hip is extremely serious, especially when you get old, and it can kill you. And so we were very concerned about it. Well, by the time we got back home and got over to the hospital to see her, the doctor had already operated on her, had already screwed the bones back together rather than replace the joint, and she, was well on her way to being okay. She was in the hospital for about a week. Everything went okay. We moved her into a rehab facility where she could, where they would get her up and walk her and get her muscles moving and all that. Well, one night she was having so much pain she couldn't sleep, and she just was in agony. And the rehab facility only has a certain potency and level of drugs that they can give her. So they took her back to the hospital and got her pain under control and tried to check and see what was going on. And turned out she had a hematoma, like a giant blood blister on her thigh, right near the incision where they had fixed her hip. And it took about 3 days for that to start going down. Well, my wife and I get a call real early in the morning, and it says, "You need to come to the hospital right now. Your mother-in-law has had a heart attack." Well, we got there, and by the time we got there, the doctors had already taken her in and scoped her to see what was going on, and found that she had a 95% blockage in one of the blood vessels in her heart. And that sometime during the night, they speculated that it had blocked completely, and which is what triggered off all the alarms that she was wired up to. We had to, they went in there to do that, and he told us something kind of odd. He said, didn't strike me at the time, but he said, when we went in there and I scoped her, he said, I saw that the obstruction was gone. But if the obstruction had still been there, it would have been too late. Her heart muscle would have already died, and as it was, they detected some enzymes that are released when the heart muscle dies, but there weren't much. It wasn't a very high level, so he didn't think there was a whole lot of damage. And her heart, there was the front of her heart, and which I guess looking at your chest, it would be on the right-hand side. But he said it wasn't beating regularly. It had it was sort of a beat quiver kind of thing, which indicated damage. So, but anyway, he put a stent in there. She had 95% blockage of that vessel. She had 80 plus on all the rest. And she'd had a stent once before. We had almost lost her back, 6 years ago to a heart attack, and they caught it before it ever happened and put a stent in, and it made all the difference in her life. She was able to get up and get around and move and all. Anyway, let's get back to the story. Okay, so now she's in the hospital. She's got a stent. She's doing well. She stays in the hospital for a week. She's feeling so much better, and everything. The hematoma's gone, and And so we moved her back into rehab, and she's still in rehab right now. Now, with luck, we may be able to get her home this coming Friday. That's right, this week. She will have been in the hospital or rehab for just about 6 weeks. So that kind of explains where I've been. We have not, I took one quick trip to North Carolina for 1 day. Unavoidable, had to go see my dentist. And but other than that, we have been here, and we've been, you know, looking after her. Now, when she gets home, if it's Friday or whenever it is, that's going to put even more of not a burden on us. It's a joy to look after her. She's such a sweet lady, but it's going to tie up more of my time, because among her son and daughter, my wife, I'm the only one who's not working. So my wife works a couple days a week. She does have a lot of vacation time, and they have a sick time that she can take off to help as well. But somebody's going to have to be with her mother, if not 24/7, at least all of her waking hours, until we're sure that her hip is healed and that she's steady enough and strong enough on her feet. The problem is, you lay on your back that long and you lose all your strength. But the good news is that she's doing great. Yesterday was Father's Day, and for my present, we were able to go get her and bring her out of rehab and bring her over to the house. And I cooked some chicken on the grill, and my wife fixed some stuff in the house, and we had a really nice lunch. She stayed with us for about 3 hours, sat in the easy chair and just played with her grandchildren, or great-grandchildren really, played with her great-grandchildren, and ate good food, and we sat there and watched the birds hit the bird feeder and the squirrels play in the yard. Everything went well. So we're really blessed. We feel blessed. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if she's going to come on Friday. I don't know how much riding I'm going to get done. I kind of hate to be at her house looking after her and need my car if I need to rush her to the hospital. So since she doesn't like to ride on this with the seat off of it, I'm going to have to. I'll probably end up driving a lot. So I don't know how much more video I'll be able to do in the short term, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, just wanted to keep you up to speed and let you know what was happening. And that's it. Hope everybody's having a great day. If you get a chance, get out and ride. The weather's beautiful. Take care. Bye-bye.